Affirmation. Today, our daily affirmation is I am at peace with what is happening in my life. I am at peace with what is happening in my life. I am at peace with what is happening in my life. That is a heavy one, particularly because you have to make a decision to be at peace with what is happening in your life. Now, I know what's happening in my life, and you know what's happening in your life. The reason why I'm at peace with what is happening in my life is because I'm intentionally making these things happen in my life. I'm putting things into place so that the outcome will be things that have me at peace. I'm not putting things in my life that's going to create more turmoil, though some days it may seem like it because there's so many decisions that have to be answered. Like, I got to do this, I got to do this. Should I move this? Is this color right? Is this so many decisions that are in the air? But here's where I am at peace with it. I have those balls in the air because for a long time they sat in my lap and I just looked at them like, what I'm going to do with this? What's going to happen right here? Now I'm excited that they are moving, that I have made a conscious decision to do the work. Do the work. If you want peace where you are, then that is an understanding that in order for you to have peace, some things are going to have to move. Some things are going to have to change. You're going to have to make decisions that require you to get to look at the outcome and know what you have to put in place in order to get to that outcome. I am at peace with what is happening in my life. The reason why I can say I'm at peace is because there's turmoil, there's things changing, but they are for the better. They are going to get me to where I need to be, where I have said, this is the trajectory that I want to go to. Here's the direction, and I see the path right over there, and now let me walk the path to get there. Before I would see it and would the boss laying here and they're like, we need to pick us up and we need nothing. And during those times you would think, oh, well, you're not doing anything, you have peace. No. That was when I had the most turmoil, the most unrest, the most ill at ease situation of my life. Why? Because I was doing nothing. I was going nowhere. I was so full of indecision that nothing happened. Nothing happened. And it was disheartening, heartbreaking, full of heartache because I kept putting things in the place to try to get this feeling of peace that I was not going to get. The reason why I was not going to get that feeling of peace or get that peace was because that thing was not going to give me peace. What gave me peace? Doing what I needed to do to get to the outcomes that I needed to have. That's what you have to do. That is what you have to do. If you are not willing to put in the work, to go the distance, to make the decision, to stop procrastinating, to be determined, to go from procrastination to determination and activation, to do what you need to do, you cannot be upset when your life does not go the way you want it to go. Your life, your actions, your work, your peace, your success, your reward. All that goes hand in hand with decisions that you make. You don't make a decision, you don't go anywhere. Simple as that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Make a decision to be at peace with yourself, to be at peace with the life that you want to have, to be at peace with decisions that you're making that's going to move you towards where you need to go. I'm at peace with what is happening in my life. And it's interesting. I went to pick my mother up and I had a conversation with my son, and it was somehow we got on the topic of women waiting. Let's put that in correct context. We're talking about being celibate until you marry, even if you've had sex before, had children before, whatever. My son said, "Oh, nobody's doing that, and why I gotta look at you when you got kids, and I gotta look at what." It was hilarity, but what he posted it, and then when people start commenting, it's like, "Oh, nobody's waiting, they're not waiting," and then the first thought that the devil shot in my head was just like, "I don't know why you think it's gonna be different from you. You're not gonna wait. You haven't in the past. I know I haven't in the past. I know I messed up, and guess what? Those relationships are in the past." Because I do not want to set a foundation on something that is temporary. And we have a whole other conversation about that. But if I make a decision, and let's break that down, I made the decision that this is the trajectory that I want, and it involves me being involved with someone, and then we both say, no, okay, we're going to wait, and then we don't. We have to live with that decision. Because if you make that decision and it's not time, or it's not, the foundation has not been solidified, and you realize that this is not the one, that should be realized before you get into an intimate sexual situation. And then what happens is it's not said. Now you hurt. Then you got all these soul ties and hurt feelings, and you don't say you don't say I made a bad decision. You point the finger somewhere else. Well, when you make a decision to build a foundation first and then put stuff on top of it, you have a better foundation. When you see people building houses, they don't put the frame up and then put the foundation down. That's ludicrous. Build a solid foundation. A solid foundation. And then so that when it all comes out in the wash, you can say, I'm at peace with what's happening in my life. I'm at peace with the relationship I have. I'm at peace with the job I have. I'm at peace with the home I have. I'm at peace with the decisions that I'm making, because I know I made decisions that will get me going where I need to go. I'm okay with that. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. And once you have the peace of knowing that this is where I'm going, it's going to be okay. Please know that doesn't mean that there is not going to be turmoil, it's not going to be bumps and bruises and whatever. It just means that you know the outcome of where you're going. So you're going to take that because you know you're going to get to that out point. And when you get to that out point, you have a better understanding. Do you get it? You have a better understanding of what you need to do. You know that if you make a decision, I'm going to cross the Atlantic, and I'm going to cross it on a kayak or something crazy. You're going to have some turmoil. You got some problems. You have some weather issues, whatever. But if your end goal is, I'm going to get to the other side, nothing short of death will keep me from it. And you do everything you need to do, and you prepare, and you just keep going. But you still are open for if you have to make any necessary changes or move, whatever, and you just keep going. Yeah, that was a Color Purple reference for those that caught that. I am at peace with what is happening in my life. And what is happening in my life? You asked? Oh, did you ask? Okay, let me tell you what's happening in my life. I am preparing for a 3-day Find the Love for Your Life challenge. I'm also preparing for a 7-day learning to hear from the Lord. My mother's still working out the title. Learning to hear from the Lord course, to help you know if you're hearing from the Lord without some of these crazy decisions that you think you're making. Like, I thought that was the Lord, but then it didn't turn out right. Well, was it the Lord or was it you with your God voice? We had it. Like, I think that was the Lord. No, that might not have been. That might have been you projecting really loudly. And that's what I'm doing. And trust me when I tell you, if you think that's a peaceful situation, you're incorrect. Because there are things that have to go into place, and things to be moved, and buttons and to be pushed, and things to be uploaded. And I wake up like, But here's the end, the end point. I know what the outcome is going to be. The outcome is going to be doing my challenge. That's what the outcome is going to be. The outcome is going to be putting up the course and doing it with my mother, who is Minister Linda Jenkins. And I'm super excited about these things that are happening in my life, because those things are going to lead to other things. And they're all on the path of where I'm going. Now, though I think it's going to be a straight shot, no. There's going to be a little over here, go over here, move back this way, go around this way, and then straight over here. Oh, wait, we got to take a turn because now we got some new technology. We need to do. Though I would like for it to be like pow, 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 it's not. It's going to be like and I'm okay with that. Why? Because each one of those terms, and they're bringing new information. If I just focus solely on just going straight, I'm going to miss some valuable information. I'm going to miss things that I'm going to need once I get to that point. Because once I get to that point, I'm going to celebrate, and then I'm make another path to go. I'm creating another trajectory, and that's just only going to take me further and further and further, closer to where my end result is. An amazing life, leaving a legacy for my children's 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 children. In order for me to do that, I have to continue to break generational issues, knock out some different generational situations, and break some things that are within me, because I am unapologetic. It's going this way. It's unapologetic and courageous. Yes. And I have to be. And the reason I have to be those things is because there are little people counting on me. They're watching me. And if they watch me try to do what I'm trying to do, and I'm constantly angry and mad and bitter, they're like, I don't want to do that. If what I want to do causes me to be just mad, angry, bitter, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. But if they see what I'm doing and I'm excited, even though there was a setback, I'm encouraged, even though I had to make a change. I am dedicated, even though sometimes I think the light is off and I'm just walking in the dark. But then I was like, wait a minute, that's not dark. I didn't open my eyes. Bam, there you go. I am at peace with what is happening in my life. And I encourage you to remind yourself of the outcome that you're looking for and be at peace with that. Be at peace. It is okay. It is totally okay. I'm Coach Carla Renee, and I want to thank you for joining me today with our daily affirmation. I am at peace with what is happening in my life. If you believe it and receive it, you will achieve it. Thank you, and you have a blessed